Hvala, to je tole. Okay, so I decided I will look for this package, for the package known such as this one here, for me to see. We're gonna track the package, see where the package is. Okay, status not available at this moment, they say here. Status is not available. Okay, status is not available. Slovenski debeli ne vejo, kje je pošta. Pošta je nekje, ampak ne vejo debeli slovenski, kje je pošta. Spet ne vejo. Slovenski debeli spet ne vejo, kje je pošta. It says here August the 21st, 2021, 25. It arrived at Slovenian airport. This is the package right here. This is the package here. That's a package here. So they this is actually the package I managed to trace by myself. There you go. I did go to the purchases, and what I did was I did go and I tracked this stuff, and I found, but that's what it is. We are talking about debili, Slovenski debili, in the real sense of the word. Debil. It looks like this. First of all, let's see when this stuff was paid in for, so that we get an idea about where this stuff was paid for. Payment completed on July 17, 2025. And everything went along a bit slow, but okay. It did arrive to Slovenia. It did arrive to Slovenia. So this is very important for me to explain what is going on here with Slovenski debili. You can see here how the package traveled, and for demonstration purposes what I will do is I will just highlight it. It looks like this. Wow, it's not going to give me a chance to do that. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and here we have the whole track of what went on. July 17, order created, prepared, collected by carrier, received by sorting center of origin, package left sorting center of origin, your package arrived at the airport, awaiting flight, package leaving country, transit country, package left country region, your package arrived at the local airport. It was the August the 4th, 2025. So it's about a month ago when this happened. And potem slovenski debili pošljajo sporočilo, and this message basically looks like this. I will copy this and I will paste it in the into this folder, and this is the animals that I have to deal with. And they promise this stuff during MK Ultra. They have their directors here in our house. employees, etc., etc., etc. So initially I demonstrate the SMS. Look at it. You can see the number is matching over there, UA 409605212SB. At the postal office, at the local postal office, the lady told me that she doesn't have this package anywhere inside of the system. Right here in the city of the Novo Mesto, I came to the postal office. I asked for if she can give me the information, please, for this number. And she said, this package, she said, sir, this package is not inside of the system. It's a Slovenian postal office, Glavni Trg. So we have people who deliberately send SMS and stuff under the right number, and even provide with some kind of code, which package, however, does not exist. They make sure that the package is not inside of the system. Debili, slovenski debili. Debil kod debil. There is a momentary, temporary code right there, 3030027. And when you try to open this page from this postal office, then that's probably fault of my Android anyways. Then you get this shit here that lasts eternity. I actually copied the code, which you see right there. And so what I wanted to do is, I wanted to enter this code into, as you open this link here, uvoz, izvoz, pošta, esi, etc., etc., you're going to have to enter this code into, into a window, basically. So that does not happen because I have no idea why. Maybe it's an internet connection, but what you see here lasts for very, very long time. Minutes, hours, days. For as long as time you have, it will last you. So it looks like this. Oh, this is the shit they were playing with anyways. The same thing as with the Facebook. And they refer to this stuff as a mental illness. So this is already 7 minutes and 8 minutes and 9 minutes and 10 minutes. I don't want to steal time from you. 11 minutes.
It used to work. It used to be time when this shit worked fine. But
yeah, this used to work. So this is like about 14 minutes lost, 13 minutes like this, lost like this. You see what I am talking about? So this is about the slovenski debili, this issue. This is definitely about the slovenski debili. We do have a debil, not one. We have the king of the bills right now is Robert Golob in Slovenia. This was the guy in front of whom these Slovenian directors from Štajerska, Maribor and Ljubljana, postal office, the main directors, postal office. I remember them physically. Slovenian people, I would even say blonde, really light-skinned, blue-eyed, Slovenian people, postal directors, bullied, harassed in our house. There will be nothing, etc., with the mail and so on, with literally in front of Robert Golob, in front of Milan Kučan, with literally Miran Sudin gesturing, insisting me on anything I would say can and will be used against me, etc., like the stuff that I addressed them with debili, animals, etc. Now, this was the job for Miran Sudin. Miran Sudin participated, would go to intimidate. That was a Miran Sudin. Miran Sudin is the criminal who met me on October the 30th at so-called police station in Novo Mesto city, the one who arranged the transport to psychiatric hospital through the ambulance vehicle. This is what this shit is. That's exactly what this is. So we have a network of organized crime that spans from the city of the Novo Mesto all the way up to American Jewry, located in United States of America, known as Facebook. That's Zuckerberg, who at the same time triggered very similar, this is what they refer to as mental illness procedure against me, known as verification of your Facebook account through video. Yeah, you have to pose in front of the camera with and video is being made based on directions that laptop or smartphones indicates you. And they made bloody sure that on a laptop, not only that stuff would not work or be available just as I video recorded, but they make sure that would even dismantle one of my laptops. Zuckerberg was playing with this issue since 2002. Since 2004 actively he was playing on laptops, because with this verification procedure, video verification procedure, which is just a Jewish bullshit, that's what that is. That's why I acknowledge this as mental illness. That's why I did this stuff. Just maliciously, they investigated the laptops. They have the problem with, compatibility with his online software verification methods. And this was just one of the laptops, based on the brainwash at least, that was selected. And sure enough, the touchpad is disabled. I think it dismantles the drivers or something like that. I have no idea what. I realized that once I installed new drivers, the touchpad would briefly work again, and then it would again stop. So most likely these are drivers then. As soon as I would do this, I would touch this software. And so along the way, they employ all kinds of people with all kinds of solutions to the touchpad, including those that insisted the battery is dead, the battery needs to be replaced, all kinds of stupid shit. Buy new touchpad, it's finished, all kinds of stuff like that. They brainwash with. They brainwash with since 2004 with the laptops. And refer to, because you're supposed to verify on a laptop, on a laptop, on a laptop, on a laptop. They brainwashed inside of our house. They brainwashed verification through the laptops for no less than 16 years. That's a truly astonishing period of time to demand somebody to go verify through the laptops. I'll never forget when there is a lady, I think it's a Cheryl or wherever she is, that works for the Facebook executive that will be coming in our house, and would have another guy, and it would be the guy who would go and would play with me, demonstrate me on a laptop how you verify the procedure, while ordering her to go to the room next door and remotely for her respond to video verification procedure. I will never forget this. And they didn't do it once, they did it twice, 3 times. They wanted to make sure that I would use the laptop when I would be verifying this stuff, and they were not even using one laptop. They used 2, 3 laptops to brainwash with this issue. That's what went on inside of our house. And they refer to waiting in front of the laptop, which they demanded for me to wait half an hour, 40 minutes and stuff like this. They refer to that stuff as a mental illness. Jewry, that's why I told you the Jew, that's already is a mental illness. It's a mental illness. It's a mental illness. I was known as a divider of United States of America. I was known as somebody who divides the society, that does the harm, that does, divides the Jews sicken the society, mentally sicken. I'm making the society mentally ill. They presented America in a best light possible that can be seen what's going on today in Gaza. Yeah, today is September the 2nd, 2025. Go ahead, Google and see what's going on in Gaza. So they definitely contributed to the reputation of United States of America. The country as whole, people started to see as mental illness. It became evident to me the other day that it only took a minute or two to perform this verification procedure from Facebook, which I possibly could not have done it through the laptop, because after uploading the video, it would just not allow me to even leave the screen. That stuff can be only done through the Android. Only through the Android. And the most impressive part about it maybe is that they make sure there will be no video explaining absolutely anywhere the stuff that I stated. Maybe even more impressive about that is that maybe just a week or two earlier, I had to submit them a photo, which I had to take with the laptop also, so that they could have the photo, so they could make sure that photo would also match my newly issued state ID. Yes, they remember the passports. I send them a passport. I send them a state ID and so on. And it was not good enough. I took the photo they also required for the verification purposes. Then they started to fuck with the video verification, the so-called video verification procedure, which, however, like I said, they started in 2004 on laptops, but they really started in 2002 through the Russian genius. If you ask me, that guy was really not a genius. That guy really is not a genius. That's just one of the sons from Vladimir Putin. Maybe it's not a son from Vladimir Putin directly. Maybe he is. I do not know. And this is Pavel Durov. He's known as a Pavel Durov. That's a Telegram founder. It's a Telegram. And so American jury loaded him with the money for whatever reason. But purchasing one of his inventions, and the way the jury, American Jews, the way they purchase this, they find the people they want to purchase from first. Then they give them whatever they want to purchase from them. And that's how they make them wealthy entrepreneurs, in a parenthesis, entrepreneurs, if you understand me. This is how they operate. This is a transaction I witnessed with my own eyes inside of our house. Maybe beginning even year 2000. Maybe beginning year even 2000. And yeah, this is the same thing. This is where you're supposed to spend a lot of time communicating with debili in Slovenia, argue with them. I already did, ask them so many times, because this is not the first time they're doing this stuff. And, well, that's the way it works. That's the way it's supposed to be. There is nothing to verify. There is nothing to verify, because what they send me, this information here that you see, does not exist anywhere. That's a code. That's your information right there. You do it like this. It doesn't exist in the system. It doesn't exist in the system. It's no such thing. And the best part about it, they will not say, "Sir, I'm sorry, I'm being an idiot right now." I already stated all I had to say. This is not happening the first time. We had this kind of in and outs already before. I was polite, and I have no intention to be polite with the cretins anymore. Debil je debil. Debil je za v norišnico, debil je za tam, da ne ogroža ljudi, čisto povedano. Instead, They clean the streets. I'm not going to say with the people like myself, but that's what they did with me. They threw me into psychiatric hospitals. The bill will do that. The bill has the power. Because they can. Because they can do it, they do it. So this is not a democracy of any kind. Obviously not. We go back here. We can play this one here again. And I'm going to give you exactly so that you can see. There's a copy. Please stop that. And we're going to paste this stuff here. Just so that you can see that this shit is actually matching. And what I stated to you about the state employee the other day, where I was at the postal office verifying this package, it's all audio recorded. It's audio recorded. It's not. You can see it here. You can see it. This is exactly what this is. There it is. So this shit is simply malicious. It's deliberately they do this stuff. They deliberately do it. Sicken like this just because they can. There you go. We can match these numbers. Not a difficult thing to do. I'm going to make it crystal easy for you to do it. I already did this shit. I am in a fucking disbelief about what I see. Right now I'm talking to you with my own eyes that I do this stuff. I'm in a fucking disbelief that people like this are not taking care. And they actually work as a state employees. They get well paid to do this stuff. I'm going to copy this stuff here. I'm going to go back out like this. This guy was involved in it. I did indicate it already on the blog. The guy who came here was talking about guaranteeing me this kind of issues with his video, literally, so that I could remember him, also using a language, a very specific language also that is.
Potrebne podatke vložimo carinsko deklaracijo. Posredno zastopanje zahteva več časa.
I'm not going to get myself into this stuff, but yeah, this is basically what I am dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with. Debili. Slovenski debili. There is nothing I did demonstrate you from AliExpress about this mail. What they do is, when this comes to Slovenia, what they do is they take out of the system. They even send SMS out and then they delete from the system. That's how they do this. This is like super malicious. I was at the postal office. As soon as this came, I have a date, everything. As soon as it came, I think it was like, if this stuff was delivered to me on the same day, maybe as I got the SMS, I came to the postal office and I inquired about this stuff. This was sent to me. Let's see this here. This was sent to me on as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate you my SMS. I think that will do it. I think that will do things much easier. brighten a room a little bit here, so haha, shit. This is just August the 20. That was Wednesday, that same week. Let me demonstrate you. That was the original. The original one is this one here. Let me demonstrate you. This is the original. So this clearly is done. Maybe on August 20 it arrived, and maybe on August the this is a 20 on Thursday, the next day or the next, maybe on Thursday, the August the 21st or the August the 22nd is when I was at the postal office, and what I was doing is I was verifying this stuff. I was verifying it. I was talking to the lady, and she said to me, "Sir, this package is not inside of the system. We don't have this package inside of the system." So these people are sick, man. These people directly are sick. They are just, they refer to me as mentally ill, but this is a proof that they are actually mentally ill, because you cannot even track the package. That means that they remove the package even from the system. Yeah, you are mentally ill because you cannot take a gun and go at the postal office and put the clerk gun on his face and say, "Give me the fucking package." There's nothing you can do. You cannot go to the postal office and smash somebody because there is no other room for communication. They left. And this shit is not happening first time. This shit happened already before. So clearly they're indicating that they are looking for physical or verbal or some kind of confrontation. So because you don't have that capacity to go and do that stuff, obviously they want to do this to involve the police in between. Obviously that you're mentally ill. This is their interpretation of the mental illness. That's how they interpret mental illness. That's it. And next to stealing time and stuff like this, it actually even works. If they do it to you, I don't know how many times, eventually based on the stuff like this here, you can develop post-traumatic stress disorder because of the stuff like this. That's correct. Everybody in the world has the right to mailing services. You know that. That's one of the basic human rights. I don't know. I don't know what I would. I did. This stuff here. This is good enough. We can go here. We can try this one also. We can do that stuff. Why not? We can do this, and so that you can see this kind of stuff here. And you can see that this, just as earlier I indicated, this arrived at the airport in the Lane Hall office here in Slovenia already almost a month ago. Almost. So, yeah, this shit is sickening. They do this stuff. They did this stuff on I don't know how many occasions. They have stolen tremendously a lot of money through the stuff that I did not even, from beginning, I didn't even understood about what the fuck went on. I had no fucking idea about what they went on. In the Belarus, they were doing the same shit. In the Belarus, he traveled, and he never fucking traveled. And already traveled to the Belarus. They were already showing me the shoes and stuff. They already explained me. They got the shoes. They got the stuff that I ordered from the internet. But that's what they claimed, that they would do this to asylum seekers instead. This was that's how they sickened in the Belarus. I paid for it. It got delivered. Money I have never seen again. And off I was forced to go from the Belarus. So that's how they were doing this stuff. Oftentimes, the same thing happened in Poland. The same thing happened in Slovenia. They relied a lot on the psychiatric hospitalizations even to get, and escapes from Slovenia literally to steal the money. That would lead me literally, even on that kind of stuff they relied the most heavily. That psychologically will break you down, stuff like this. Stealing. Delivering destroyed stuff, that's a separate stuff. I mean, that's a definition of the mental illness. That's a Slovenian definition of the mental illness. Slovensko, Belorusko, Polsko, the mental illness defined by Polacks, Slovenes, and all others, not only Belarusians, but also the same shit would be in the Czech Republic and Slovakia and all over the fucking Eastern Europe. That's the way it works. That's how they operate. There you go. I am not going to be addressing people. This is not people. I mean, I'm not going to be addressing this as a people or even as animals. I told you about that. I'm not fucking doing that. I want my interest rate. I want my interest rate. That's what I want. I want my interest rate in a process. I want people to see this. I want people to remember this. And I want people to also understand nowhere remotely do I. Now it's not found. Shit. A little earlier he demonstrated, didn't he? Interesting. We have seen it. We have seen it. That's all there is to it. It's for this shit here that you see, €2.29 it costed me. Is just a high temperature resistant tire repair liquid. That's what this shit is, and that's the way it goes. So I'm not going to confirm this. Obviously I'm going to have to request money refund because this is just what they do. This is how they do it. I don't think that I left anything out of this issue. The only thing I could is provide with the audio recording from the lady. I might do that actually right down below. I'm going to put the audio recording from the lady when I was at the postal office with the date. I'm going to make another video. But tu so debili. Debili. Debil kod debil, tu I to. What we do is basically date and time here. I'll take this one here. You basically send the SMS to the person and take the order number out of the system like it doesn't exist. And then the person goes and tries to find the shipment, and it's a middle finger. That's it. It's called mental illness, right? So smart. As a matter of fact, I decided I am going to put you the whole thing. I am going to put, I will put the audio recording that you can see it just like this of my visit at the postal office. And there is a date and time right here. Just the way you see it right here it is. August the 25th, 2025. It was actually a Monday when I came back to verify about this stuff. Okay, that was Monday, August the 25th, 2025, when I realized that exactly about the stuff I have stated to you. They have done it. So pretty disgusting. The lady stated, just as you're about to hear, she stated, we don't have this anywhere inside of the system. And I was joking. I said to her, should I go to Ljubljana and have a physical fight with them? Deliberately I did so because they even suggested this stuff to do, to go to Ljubljana and to have a physical fight. She was serious about it, but she didn't have to be. I don't like anybody that much. I would go and do that. I don't like Miran Sudin so much. So, you see this here? I'll put this information right above so that you can see it yourself. Now I want you to hear this pretty thing by yourself. You're not going to miss this on. And in fact, what I will do is I will go like this, and we're going to multiply this a little bit. Just like this. I'm going to multiply this here. Like that. Let's hear this.
Ma veš, lahko pogovor z njim?
Tu je bilo...
Pa nisem jaz, pa jaz nimam veze s tem, pa to so drugi te stvari.
50 gre normalno. 50 kubikov.
A je 50 kubikov samo?
SB. I would go with Igor Juršić at the postal office Novo Mesto with this animal here. This was the animal that would take me to the postal office with the bicycle. Even with the bicycle. Even with the bicycle. In fact, Igor Juršić claimed, it's funny because I never went with a bicycle at the postal office. Igor Juršić claimed that I broke the front wheel, that I bent it at the postal office where they have a bit insane stand for the bicycles. He had an answer for absolutely everything. That's a director of the so-called police station. You're not going to be able to see that. It's incredibly stupid. It's also interesting because you cannot see anywhere written postal office. Have you noticed this shit here? Let me just see this stuff. Am I even in the right place? Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming, ladies and gentlemen? Medical assistance, packetomat, packaging direct for me, motus perfectus, physiotherapy, electrical station where you can refuel your car or whatever, a higher education center library. I did not even know about that stuff. Then you have a bank here and stuff. Really? Where the hell is the postal office? That's actually hilarious. I think that's a postal office here. Stuff that you see right there in front of you, it's postal office. So the postal office, they don't even want to put that on a map no more. I guess that's incredible. This is the way the bicycles are parked. No, actually this guy preferred even not to put the bicycle there. So they have a crazy way to park bicycles. I did video recorded that stuff. It had nothing to do with me. Igor Juršić, I did explain the issue, what happened when I disappeared them back to the United States of America, that they got the guy here, a thug. And I don't even have that stuff confirmed. I shouldn't even be talking about it, but he was supposedly bending my wheels in front of the house, bicycle wheels. So I shouldn't even be talking about this stuff. Let me demonstrate you this stuff here instead. We're talking about this here. So let's listen what happened on, what is it, August the 25th, 2025 at the postal office. Look. The lady alone tells that this is not even inside of the system, that you cannot find the package. A long line, a lot of people in the line, all involved in MK Ultra.
Pressed was not in a mood to do absolutely anything, and basically destroying absolutely everything. They also are making copies of the keys for themselves with the bicycles, and that's how the bicycle...
I noticed the stand for the bicycle, and hell man, am I even wrong about this stuff here? I would sure not want to be. I guess I am. I guess I really am. It appears that before I entered the postal office that I would open a new recording. That's at least what it appears like to be the case. Let's see what's gonna happen. I was sure that this is a recording because I talked to the mail guy in front of the building, actually. I talked to the mail guy in front of the building, so it's kind of weird for me that this was not the recording. No, this must be the recording right here. I don't understand what happened here. So this
Ja,
here is.
takole je, se vam lahko posredujem, tlele, če boste sama pogledali. Kot da, mislim, ne tako, kot da je. In štel si o temu, da ta zadeva ne laufa, ne deluje. SB.
There you go. This is at the postal office right there. So I give her exactly the numbers. I give her the telephone, so she can read from the telephone by herself. Absolutely everything. She cannot find with her own eyes, and she cannot find with information that I gave her. Look at that. I'm going to play this stuff again. That's not her fault. This is by the way, I have to accent this stuff to you. This is in the city of the Novo Mesto. Now the people who do this shit are located in Ljubljana. They're located in Ljubljana. When it comes to the people from Ljubljana, I'm not interested in having any kind of talks with them. This is just a clerk from Novo Mesto city who works for the postal services in Novo Mesto. She is not guilty. She doesn't have nothing to do with it. The only thing she does is she provides me with information. In Ljubljana, however, now that's a scum. The people over there in Ljubljana do the stuff that debili. There is no nothing else left to say here. I treat her very nicely, respectfully, but the Billy from Ljubljana, they don't deserve any kind of respect. These are animals, not even animals. They don't even deserve to be called animals. The same thing like with the Novomesto police station. There's another thing I have to explain to you. Why this stuff? This stuff is because they claimed that I was debil, that I was stupid, that I was animal, etc., etc. And there was no way to prove the existence of MK Ultra. And they demanded, therefore, talking about psychiatrist Peter Kapsch, police, Kuchan, Golob, all this garbage from Slovenia, they demanded from me to give them authorization for abuse through the postal services based on a crime against me, MK Ultra crime against me. They claim that this is the only way to prove the MK Ultra existence. In fact of the matter is, I had no fucking idea at the time what the fuck am I gonna do with this so-called MK Ultra. The hell that you cannot escape, but for which police gesture you. If we're gonna fuck with your mailing services, that will be a proof that the MK Ultra existed. Now that's not a proof that MK Ultra existed. That's a proof about something else. And so, just so that you know, they extorted a permission from me to do as here seen is. Enter that in a contract, whatever contract they had.
Kaj se ne dogaja, zaradi tega sem vaš sistem poštni in nimam načina, da bi preveril, kaj se dogaja s to pošto. Pa bi vam dal številko te mednarodne pošte, prosim, če bi se dalo. Tu je pošiljka UA, 409 605 21 2 SB. Tu je pošiljka UA 409 60 52 12 SB. In tu je pošta, ki naj bi prispela tukaj avgusta 2025 in je predmet uvoznih carinskih postopkov preko povezave bla bla bla, portal uvoz, izberite storitev začasne koda. In što si o temu, da ta zadeva ne laufa, ne deluje, jaz se ne morem v sistemu klopiti in to se dogaja vedno. To je tako, kot da, mislim, ne tako, kot da je, to je tako, kot ste mi pač, so mi, vi ne, ampak so mi obljubili, da ne bom mogel uporabljati vašega spletnega portala. Se pravi, tukaj je pošta zaustavljena na pošti in jaz nimam nobenega dostopa do vaših poštnih storitev. V bistvu. Ja, kode? Ja. No, koda je 303. Aha, še enkrat gremo, številko pošiljke. Aha, številka pošiljke je bila UA 409 605 212 SB. Tu bi bila... Ja, takole je, se vam lahko posredujem, če boste sama pogledali, če je to bolj... Če morda vam povečam tole. Vidite lahko? Ok. Če ne bi vam svetlobo nastavil, če bi bilo kaj boljše. Je. In ni nikjer v sistemu, pravite.
Ker je navadna pošiljka to UA, ne? Pa včasih je na sledenju.
Mislim, jaz sem že toliko od tega utrgan, da ne vem, ali mislim, a veste, da tu za vsako pride pošiljka takole. Da meni kar blokirajo pošiljke, da ne morem sploh, mislim, vračajo nazaj na Kitajsko ali pa kradejo in take stvari počnejo. Tu je, prosim, tu je čist, tu je pošiljka za, tu je lepilo. Navadno lepilo, mislim, da je, to je vse, kar je. In mislim, tu kar delajo iz tega, tu je znanstvena fantastika. Stane 2-3 evre, tam pa, tam me pa blokirajo, da pride, s tem, da so dejatve plačene, da te prekvali iz presa, ne, ko avtomatsko račune in take stvari. Ne vem, kaj ne naredim.
Ni sledenja, ne, da bi bilo
Ni nič, nimate nobene informacije. Ja, pa jim bom jaz pisal tukaj ali ne gremo v Ljubljano skrat. Imajo tisto foto, kako se eno mogo.
So the lady told me exactly as you heard me saying to you. She was very nice. She tried to see it herself on a smartphone. I also handed her. She confirmed that she saw with her own eyes everything exactly as I stated to you, everything. Try to verify. She said there's no way to see it. She said this is an ordinary package and this is not entered inside of our system. That's also what she stated. And so there is nothing else for me other than to say then thank you for watching this video, and till next time. There will be no next time for you, Miran Sodin. And it goes the same to the Juršić. če ne bi obiskovali naše hiše pa grozil, da bojo take stvari, ko je tu delali, bi rekel, da so debili. Ampak niso debili. Žlehnoba je. Zgleda tako, kot da jih stane denar posredovati informacije, ki so potrebne, da se izpolne to stvar. Oziroma, tako kot da jih stane denar, da dajo ponovno kodo, oziroma da sprostijo informacije, da se lahko sploh vidi. Neverjetno je tole vse skupaj. To je neverjetno. Okay, let's go. My God, is this crazy shit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff is this. Okay, that's a very important one here. Let me just make sure that that's what it is. 409 605 212 SB. Okay, Tola, let's go. Yeah, of course we accept. What the hell, eh? Wow, boy, they're fucking sick, man. Pravica na podlagi posredovanja zahtevana izjava. Actually, these people are so sick, boy. It's the people who posted the video on the YouTube, employees. The guy was from Maribor, that they told me they're gonna be doing this stuff to me, so I'm not gonna be capable to get my mail without the fight. Deliberately told me, you're gonna come to Ljubljana and you will want to fight with us in Ljubljana. Physically, you will fight us. You talk about classic animals, basically. Working at the Slovenian postal office. Wow. Yeah, because obviously the British royals made things very, very difficult, and so just the way you see it, it's unidentified mistake, and they will not allow me to enter the information which I have either on the telephone or whichever way they will do that. That's exactly what's going on. That's what you call mental illness. That's what they refer to as a mental illness. This is a mental illness. What you watch here, this shit here, this is a mental illness. Classic mental illness is what this is. This is what Milosevic explained to me. This is what Benjamin Netanyahu explained to me when I was a child, through the torture, through the beatings with other children in Slovenia. Just as Milosevic explained to me in Montenegro around the Serbian kids. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. That's what you see right here. That's a mental illness. I'm not mentally ill, but I have no voice. They corrupt people at the United Nations. They corrupt people at... It was not necessary to corrupt even European Union officials such as European Union Commission, because they work for royals. They work for royalties. We have all over the place royalties. We have organized crime all over the place. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what democracy looks, and the mental illness. Democracy twisted into mental illness. That's what this is. This fight in Ukraine, all this stuff that goes on, this is not even my fight really. That's what this is. And we're gonna take a date and time. That's a date and time. I'm trying to understand if there is anything I did wrong. I'm gonna read the link right out loud to make sure. UVOZ is VOZ, Posta SE, SL, exactly the way you see, import and stopite for the car, UVOZ, berite storitev, začasna koda 3030027, that's exactly what we had, and you will enter as a postal number UA409605212SB. Amazing. Totally amazing. Yeah, I am gonna need this here. This information for me is free. Actually no, I do have the from the telephone. I'm gonna, so yep, we're just gonna put it like this, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send these animals a letter, I guess, in an email, because for this is what they're doing. I was told that they're gonna be doing this stuff to just make things impossible for everybody in Europe also. They also told me this stuff. It's not true. It's definitely not true. They target what is known as mentally ill people. I'm a mentally ill person. That's the way it is. So they target mentally ill people. What's interesting is they started this procedure 53 years ago, and it seems like they don't get tired. They don't get tired of it. It pays them off. It's good for the financial budget. It's a good thing.